Despite all the negativity and the wickedness that's going on in this sinful world that we live in, it's many people that still spreading the word and preaching the gospel about what's to come. People are going to share their testimonies and spread the word because they are being more alerted about what's to come. And the Bible states and clarifies all of this. And I know it was these two people that I watched on YouTube. One was John Bevere. Shout out to him. The other was 2819 Church. Shout out to that man that been preaching the word. I know John Bevere before I knew him, before he started discussing more about end-time topics. I knew him for a while. He do a bunch of sermons and he got this podcast that he has. And one thing about him, I noticed he's a good man and he be spreading the word in the best way that he can. So I encourage people to go check him out. And about 2819 Church, this is a man that been preaching the word, especially about the end time topics. That's how I learned more about him on YouTube, because he popped up on my recommended on my content on my YouTube. And so he preaches the word more about end time topics. So I encourage y'all to go check him out as well. So now when the Bible discusses about seals, which were being described in Revelation, John was the person that had a vision of the 7 seals in Revelation, and he had fell short to Jesus. Due to his power, he felt weak, and he was visionizing all these things. And like I said, in total, there are 7 seals, and the 7 seals represents God's plan for his judgment of the world, and only Jesus is worthy to break the seals. Revelation 6 states, I watched as the Lamb opened the first of the 7 seals, which is Jesus Christ. Then I heard one of the 4 living creatures saying a voice like thunder, come. I looked, and there before me was a white horse. When Jesus opened the 2nd seal, I heard the 2nd living creature say, come. Then another horse came out, a fiery red one. When Jesus opened the 3rd seal, I heard the 3rd living creature say, come. I looked, and there before me was a black horse. When Jesus opened the 4th seal, I heard the voice of the 4th living creature say, come. I looked, and there before me was a pale horse. When he opened the 5th seal, I saw under the altar the souls of those who had been slain because of the word of God and the testimony they had maintained. They called out in a loud voice, how long, serving Lord, holy and true, until you judge the inhabitants of the earth and avenge our blood. Then each of them was given a white robe, and they were told to wait a little longer until the full number of their fellow servants, their brothers and sisters, was killed, just as they had been. I watched as he opened the 6th seal. There was a great earthquake. The sun turned black like sackcloth made of goat hair. The whole moon turned blood red. And the stars in the sky filled the earth as figs dropped from a fig tree when shaken by a strong wind. The heavens receded like a scroll being rolled up,